Okay, now computer just crashed, just then. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. Luciano. Can't hear you. I think you're muted.
How's that?
Perfect.
That's better. That's better.
Much better.
There's been a noticing of the little one here who's been on a rampage to be noticed, and it's taken on adult ways to do that. And
What
and
an intelligence, huh? I just have to honor. What an intelligence, huh? Oh, exquisite.
Yeah, and it picked up really quickly, and it's been, just on a rampage. And it's been really clever.
Yeah.
Very subtle at times in its way to gain attention, whether it's good attention or bad attention. It's like, any advertisements, any publicity is better than no publicity. It's almost like that. It really has it doesn't care what attention it gets, as long as it gets attention.
It's true.
And it's been a driving force. It's been a really strong driving force here.
Yeah.
And it's been, but my heart's been burning for a while here with it all.
Yeah.
So I'm just bringing that to the table.
I'm receiving. So is there any idea that it should be different?
Well, it's constantly been told that it's bad. So so that is, it's not even a distinction anymore. It just recognizes that it is bad. It can't find a distinction that it's any different, because it's been drummed in so many times and from so many different perspectives. When it plays out as the good boy, but when push comes to shove, it reverts into, I'll do whatever I bloody well like, and it throws boundaries and reasoning and everything else out the window completely. So whether that's good or bad, the distinction, when it gets to that stage, it's like, I don't know what you mean. It says, well, I don't know what you mean, because it doesn't recognize that. It recognizes good, and it sort of has an understanding of bad behavior, so to speak. But behind it, it's like, it's almost like survival.
It's always survival, isn't it? Isn't it like any manifestation wants to survive? It does everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. So, but my question was, if there is an idea that it should or could be different.
Yeah, yeah, there are yes, the answer is yes, it could be different. Cool. Because the consequences of that are obvious. There are consequences of actions, yeah.
No, 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 no,
So
no.
then that
No, no,
comes
no.
into a judgment and blah, blah, blah.
No, 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 no. Let's just stop for a moment. It's not that we don't want to hear all of it.
No,
It's just,
no, no.
from another perspective, having a look from outside of that patterning, or that young entity, or whatever, whatever we want to call that.
Sure.
Is there an idea that it should or could be different? And you said yes.
Yes. Even though it wants to dodge the answer is yes.
So that would be the answer from that entity.
Yes.
Yeah, from that whole patterning. I mean, that's just
for sure.
at least one galaxy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then if we step out of that galaxy, is that possible?
Yeah, it's finding
Stepping
at the
out
moment
of
it's finding difficulty to stepping out of it.
Yeah, no, that's also not it. Can't step out of it. You are much bigger. You are, yeah, there you come. There you go. From here, looking from here. And it's not that we're not going to address things, it's just to get certain things clear. Yeah. See, and I know you know that, but I'm saying it anyway.
Sure.
When that galaxy is firing at the heart, like you said, there's no way that we get clarity, isn't it? It's like every star and planet and everything that's included in that galaxy is involved in that setup. So, yeah, it's not possible. It's not possible to do anything in there. Try to fix here, there's movement in that. That's definitely clear, and maybe little success here and there. It's like, there, changed something, and then it changed something there. Oh, much better, and something new comes, isn't it? It's like that's just
I need to revert back.
Yeah, it's just that life thing, or whatever we want to call that, or mind, or whatever you want to call that. That's what it's doing all the time. So we have to look from, leaning back, slowing down, coming home, from home. Including this galaxy, that galaxy body thing, what we call body, slowly inhabit that, so that it doesn't have to freak out so much. Including it, let's say like that, just including. Slowing it all down. Tell me when you're at home. Tell me, who are you?
Yeah, there's a defense. There's definitely a defense here.
Good, good. Let's honor that. How do you notice that defense?
It's around the solar plexus, and there's a tightening in the system.
Oh, yeah. Oh, like just when you speak it, gives me a breath. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's a veil that's, there's definitely a veil that comes down.
Yeah.
But it's like it's waiting to trust. It's waiting for an avenue to trust, but it hasn't found whatever it is yet. It's still protecting itself and defending.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's vulnerable. So
it's vulnerable, yeah. Yeah, it's vulnerable. So let's put our arms around it, just the way it likes it. Not too close and not too far away. Let's just see if we can find exactly the right distance, if at all distance. And you can let it know we are clumsy. We also don't know, but we're here. So we might overstep sometimes some boundaries, and sometimes we're not close enough. So let's see if we can come in contact so that maybe a harmonious dance can start with sometimes stepping on each other's feet. Maybe. Oh, that's cool. See, my system is reacting. I'm very grateful for what you bring.
yeah, there's an inherent fear. It's yeah. Yeah, it's very it fears for its life.
It fears for its life. Wow. It's nice that it moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you let it. So can we ask it? I mean, and I don't know if it's, but that's the clumsy kind of reach, because
Yeah.
here we are, and it's very clear we would love to, we just would love to be in connection with anything. I mean, so that clarity of oneness, or whatever you want to call that, can live itself in a different way.
Yeah.
So let's just see. My question would be, maybe it can tell us how we can assist. you know, when if there's fear, it's very clear it feels alone and separate. That's, you know, we all know when there's been fear or yeah, real fear in the system, and then really someone is showing up. At first, it will take a while, but then all of a sudden, whoa, so good that you're here. And the system melts in. We have that with children, you can see that so beautifully. At first, they might kick and scream and say, no, I don't want you, I don't like you, and I hate you, and all of it, but they don't want you to go. They don't. So let's see how this fear plays. Here we are. So far, we both haven't moved away. And I feel also our friends being here. Very, very present, actually. So we're just letting it know we're here. And if there's anything we can do for this fear that came here to us, we would. And we come with empty hands, but with a full heart.
Yeah, it's it.
Mm. Beautiful. Mm. Mm. Yeah, so sweet. It's like tears coming here. So sweet. Mm. This feels actually like the moment where it comes closer and snuggles in, you know, after all that fear. So, oh, it's
Getting
really
close. It's getting close.
yeah, it's coming closer, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting close. It's
No push, no push, no push. It's just yeah. Whatever that is, it somehow it did recognize by now that we're here.
yeah.
Mm. Can you describe what's happening now?
There's a deepening of it's all almost feels like depression, but in a very comfortable way.
Okay.
It's like it's found solace in being in depression, because in that space there's no, it doesn't have to interact or doesn't have to do anything.
Okay.
So it's a mechanism.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a very good one, but it's a mechanism.
You know, I would say every survival mechanism is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, I know it doesn't feel that way always, at least in my own experience.
Sure.
But I am just in awe of this intelligence, how it finds a way to survive regardless.
So it's yeah. Yeah, it's just mind. It wants to put words to it. So it's just another distraction.
Cool. So rather than the mind, let's see if we can let it speak, because it's young. That's how it feels. That's how it feels here. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels young.
And yeah, and young doesn't really have mind yet. You know, when you look at little children, it just bubbles out of them. They use, yeah, like that. See, that's more that age. Yeah, it was a release. Wonderful. It was a big release, actually. I mean, you know, as adults, we are not allowed to release like that anymore. Kind of a bit weird. There was some movement, so let's just see if there's anything else it wants to show us. Or sound, you know, doesn't have to be words or sounds. Its ears. I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. So then it goes back a bit. Yeah, it's all fine. We're here. Yeah. We're with it. Yes, we're with it. We haven't moved an inch. So there are tears, lots of tears. There's also a fire. Ooh, explosive fire, dynamite. And of course, it has to. It has to. I mean, you know, if it does, if life, or in this case, a young human being, doesn't get what it needs to grow, when it doesn't get a response or answer, when it can't mirror itself, when it doesn't get a clear mirror for the next step, it freaks out. It freaks out. That's just the nature of it. Part of life, actually. It's like, whoa, it will do anything to make itself visible. It's like, yeah, I'm here. I need somebody to dock on so that I can go on. That's just the nature of life. If not, I will die. But before that, I do anything. Yeah, so we'll, you know, later on in life, as humans, we call it anger and have big judgment on it, have rage and all that stuff. Even on the killer, we have I mean, you know, all the so-called confusions. We have huge judgment on it, especially the church on top of it. And, but this is what life does. If it doesn't get what it needs to grow in a healthy way, it goes crazy, goes insane. And that's what we're feeling. So what I know with that, because, you know, it's so explosive and it's so full on. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, man. Oh, beloved. Yeah. We have that amazing capacity to slow things down. Otherwise, it's just ripping and dripping and doing all that stuff. So, my God. And then it wants to explode. And so we got to slow it down. You know, that's the only way that I know in my own experience to really slow that much down that you have it in slow motion, that you can see every aspect of it. You know how it is when only when you have all the aspects of it, it can release itself. Anything that's overjumped and overstepped comes and bites us in the butt. It's just doing it like that. So we got to slow it that much down that we see every step of it. It's a big job because it's so explosive, you know. And even while I'm speaking, you can see it moves in all different directions. Sometimes it's then it comes a bit alive and becomes present again. And by the way, you are present the whole time. That's how it feels here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to acknowledge that. It's absolutely amazing. It's just that system that is going through all those things, but you're right here. Yeah. So first of all, you know, one of the things, again, very, very important to acknowledge and to see from that, from presence, that there's nothing wrong. There's also nothing right. It's not on that level. It just, as far as I can see, it uses its intelligence to survive whatever. And it's succeeded. So of course it will continue. It didn't.
I can't. This that's
just see as who you speak. Just see as who you speak. Yeah. Yeah. You're one of the lucky ones that didn't have to kill anybody yet. Me too. Other than flies and mosquitoes and bacteria and, you know, the usual. but so far not another human being. So if there's no kindness towards itself, good luck, huh? There will be fight. You could, it's really amazing to watch, huh? How it's all the galaxies in there, even all doing their dance. What's happening now?
There's like a willingness to just let it be.
Wow. So can you track where that willingness comes from?
Yeah, it comes from back here. It's back there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not here. Here is still trying to find. It's still finding its way to some harmony, and it's still burning and doing all sorts of different weird and wonderful things.
Yeah.
But back here, it's sort of going, just holding it a bit.
Oh, let's just be there for a bit, if it's possible.
Yeah, doing that, it's actually giving it recognition. It's acknowledging it, that it's acknowledging its movement and struggles. Yes, just it's such a tear in the fabric of this existence, It feels like it's like a tear.
That's it speaking as an adult, huh?
Yeah, it's speaking as an adult now.
Yeah, making that distinction. It's not from that other space.
It's not from there. It's just looking. It's coming here and going. This feels like a tear.
Yeah. Oh, good. Just to make that clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a struggle. Yeah. And let's just lean back again into that. Where you found it there is a bit behind. See, it gives me a breath immediately. So funny. Yeah. Movements.
There's a collapse going on somewhere.
Okay. Can you show how that looks like?
It's just like it's like a caving in, you're giving up.
Yeah. Can you show us?
Show
Is that
you
okay? Yeah, just
where it is or
know how it looks like.
how it looks like.
And go really, yeah, slow, very, very slow, very, 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 as slow as possible. So that you don't drown in there right now, you know, that it doesn't pull all of you. But you still witness. Yeah. This is so beautiful, Jen. And in the visual, is it curled up or is it, how does it look like?
It looks like it's throwing up and
It's
hyperventilating.
okay. Okay. See, that's why we have to go so slowly. Because right now, yeah.
Yeah, it's just lost it. It's,
Okay.
I'm still there's still presence here.
Yes.
But the visual of it, where it's from and how it's coming, it's they're like they're just like acetates that come through, you know.
Yeah. So this aspect, does it notice that we are here?
Yeah.
Wow. Does it like it that we're here?
It doesn't have a like or dislike.
Okay. Okay.
It's very much part of the fabric.
It's busy. Yeah, and it's busy. It's busy surviving.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's hyperventilation and what was the other?
It's like caving in
and wanting to throw up.
And throw up, yeah, just.
Yeah, of course, you know, you can't. But let's just see, you know, I just know in my own experience when that kind of stuff is touched. And I'm noticing, no, it depends. Sometimes it likes that others are there and sometimes it doesn't. It's like if
it's
others want attention, then it's better to be alone.
Yeah, it feels like it doesn't want to jump over it, you know, like it's really easy to jump over this and snap out of it, you know, you throw water on my face, on its face or whatever to bring it out.
Yes.
And that's happened in the past. But here it's like, it's just being held in that and allowing it to just come up, and it's like almost staying in a band of frequency.
Okay.
At the moment, and without being interrupted, it's just there, and it's slowly coming to, as I speak, it's slowly, very slowly, the welling is starting to come down.
Yes.
But yeah, behind it all, there's an enormous anger.
Yeah, of course.
It's huge.
And it's acknowledged right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while it's getting a bit quieter, let me see how I can. There is a question somewhere. It's like, you know, my system would just love to invite it into present moment, you know, with anything, you know, like, and I don't know, it's like what the question around that is, but there is a question. Maybe just how to invite it to come here, to be with us, with, you know, with all of us. It's so welcome here. It's so welcome here.
It's been so abused in so many ways. It's finding it really hard to
It's shifting while you're looking for words. Because it's finding it hard in the past, because it came here to us.
Yeah.
It came to all of us here. And it has not disappeared. It has not done anything than just showing us what a difficult time it has had in its life, let's say it like that. And that it, I mean, as far as I can hear and see, that it is longing to come here. And it does not really know how. And we also don't really know how. But we're here and we keep inviting. We're not pushing. We're not telling it what to do, how to be, other than it is whatever this is. Oh man, I would love it to be in the heart of the heart, to come home, actually, to come home. So many of us know this, Luciano, so it's a huge gift that it comes through you here to us. It's a lot of gratitude coming through here. And we might not be able to, I don't know, that it moves all the way, or, but far out. That's so vulnerable and so there's a sweetness to it that is absolutely exquisite to me. It's raw, it's naked, it's no cover up, it stays present, it's not, you know, it could have gone so easily into even anger or whatever, you know, shouting or screaming or whatever. And it's not, it's slow enough that it can handle what is coming, that it can handle this fire. So my feeling is, do I hear your bird?
Yeah.
This is just so sweet. All of a sudden, I can hear the bird. I have a sense that this is enough, you know.
Sure.
It's been huge. Yeah. Huge. Just see how it sits when I say that. Because, you know, of course, the adult says, yes, of course, all that stuff. But let's just see. Because it longs. I know it longs. It longs so badly. And it's not that we're cutting off. It's just a lot to digest.
Yeah, it's it doesn't have any preference, because it's the capacity here is to be with it, and also it's acknowledging that, you know, a few major steps have already been taken, so it's probably best to assimilate and allow that to integrate for a while, and then take another look.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's feeling it.
Yeah, if possible, no chewing on it. If possible, just letting it settle and letting it do its thing.
Yeah, okay.
And having the wider, you know, from
the wider perspective.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for bringing this. And, you know, also letting this know, even if we move on, or, you know, it's not, there's no cutting off. There's no cutting off. So just that it knows we've made connection, and that connection is not possible to interrupt that. It's not possible, at least from where I'm looking. Okay.
Thank you.
Judith.
Hi, Meike.
Hi.
Oof, this was so touching.
Deeply touching.
So deep. so deep, and immediately the little one here is
Absolutely.
touched deeply.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can stay present and not
Yeah.
get pulled in, because it's very, very deep. So
Yeah.
let's see if we can facilitate it, that we see it, we acknowledge it, it's welcome here, it has survived, but we're not going into that we're not getting pulled into it. Yeah. Yes, beautiful. Thanks for hearing that. And it's very clear that in our group here, that every body system that knows that anxiety, depression, all of this, that young one is touched right now. So it is personal and it's impersonal, as always. And so that we have the perspective right. That we're staying as the bigger. It's huge. We know that too. It's so, that pull is so strong.
Yeah, it is a strong pull.
Oh,
and I
shoot.
also feel in my body and here.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We can acknowledge it all.
Yeah.
And see that we're not drowning in it. That's our job. That's our job. If we have a job, I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Mm.
And where it went into was like such a deep disappointment. So such a deep, deep, deep disappointment. A sense of giving up.
So that pulls.
Yeah, and there we don't need to go there, but it is just to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's interesting. You can see.
Yeah,
Yes.
I feel.
Just even speaking it like that.
Yeah.
It's like that's already, like, yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now it's regulating. Now we need to regulate. Slowing it down. Yeah. Beautiful. Just again, we're not dismissing. We're just allowing it and show it how to regulate. Whatever it was, it's over. Here we are, you and me and our beloveds. I mean, yeah. How much more can there be? Where those aspects of us are not sent away, but we're showing them to regulate so that they can be with us. Oh. Slowly but surely. Yeah. It's exquisite, Juliet. Exquisite. Can you feel? All the work your system has done already. Letting it know, all is well. Here with us, all is well. It's arrived. Yeah. Yeah. There it comes into life, into connection. It's breathing. Yeah. Mm. Feeling back. Here too, I really like to acknowledge that you haven't moved one moment away. You've been the whole time, Juliet. This is absolutely amazing. Just like to acknowledge that. Yeah, you know what I mean, huh? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And the pull was so strong. Yeah.
Yes, I needed to raise my hand. It was so needed.
Yeah. Yeah, to show us how much your system has learned, how much, even with this pull, you stayed.
it's beautiful also to notice now how it comes to a rest point, as if it went to a circle.
Yes.
And then there's this still point. And then to acknowledge that.
Yes. To tell me, oh no, it's just,
What did you say?
I'm just, sometimes it's like, whoa, what the heck is going on? Where does this all come from? What
Yeah.
a trip it is, up
Yeah.
and down,
Yeah, it's such,
back and
such.
forth, and how it convinces itself of that it's right and true, and I mean just all of it. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, that's just what's happening here.
And here there is now some innocence and sweetness.
Yeah. It's all part of this journey. Then it sucks us in other directions, and anxiety and rage and depression and all of that. And then there's peace and quiet and love, flow.
And the gratitude that we can meet this depth in that being, that it can be met. Wow, I'm in awe about that. It can be met in connection. That's actually such a wow. Yeah, such a wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All for holding.
It's such a privilege, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just in awe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Maria.
Meike.
Hi.
It's also burning.
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's
The last days. And it's so hard.
It's so what?
So hard to stay with this burning and with this pull from the outside.
Yeah. Bring it all here. You can see it's too hard for one person, for one being to stay with that burn. We are not made for that. We're not made for that. So no wonder. I just have to say that again and again and again and again. You can't. You can't.
I'm waiting for this minute since. And they can't stop waiting.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. So it has to come into union with all of us, as many as possible.
Leah.
So just here again, inviting us to come into, into connection, let's say like that. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to change, nothing to fix. It's my most favorite song. Yeah, see, and there it comes. There we come into meeting the same frequencies. We're not sending anything away. We're becoming out of that, because even wanting to stay with that fire, what is it doing? Yeah, doesn't work. So here we are. And we just are. And there comes that sweet movement. My system starts breathing. And then it's starting to slow down. Can you feel that?
I only was, there was a sentence, wherever it comes, I don't know. I want to grow.
You want to go?
Grow up. Wachsen.
Oh, I want to grow up. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, for that to happen, there was a breath, huh? Yeah. For that to happen, we have to slow down. I mean, it's so beautiful because also that growing can only happen when we are in connection, isn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like, air comes in, air goes out.
Okay, this way, yes.
Yeah. Water comes in, water comes out. Food goes in, food goes out. It's just all of it, all of it, all of it. The warmth of our partners, or our friends, or somebody, our animals, or whatever. The warmth of the sun. When it's received in connection, when we know that there is no separation, it's like, oh my God, my beautiful moon, my beautiful sun. Wow. Then it's clear that everything has its place and everything is doing its thing. The moment that feels interrupted, can't grow. Not really, can survive, but
And you can anything do to.
Say again.
I can anything to when it's interrupting, then it's interrupting. And this feels like the last days I couldn't anything do for this.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes, you couldn't. Yeah. Yeah. Up until now. And it's still not in your hands, but somehow something else is happening.
There's a fear that it started again. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, fear comes, there we can see it also again. Fear comes with the disconnector. It's immediately like a wall. I'm all alone. And then just let's see if we can bring it into present moment. Now here we are, you and me. Old, 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 old friends. I mean, I know you since forever. That's how it feels. And then all our beloveds that are here with us. Same interests, same patterning, even though it plays out everywhere a little different. And we kind of having a bit of time out, like, oh, right now, nothing to do. Nothing to work on. No past, no future, right now, just for a moment. We're just here. And here again, I can feel it. It's like our systems somehow finding the same frequency. It's like, ching, like a bling in a way. It's like, that's where you are. And they start drinking of each other. Oh, there you are.
For me, is that it's like I look to the disconnection and not to the connection now for this moment. And not for this drinking.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's a very important distinction. And I wonder what happens with just that acknowledgement. Made you smile.
Brings back to the middle of my body. And the next come.
Wave. Another wave.
And next wave.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. But now you're reporting on it. Do you notice?
Yeah.
Yeah, huge difference.
There's no engagement with it.
Yes.
Now it is a place more open for silence and for whatever.
Yeah.
For
No.
being.
Yes.
What want to say?
For maybe for meeting even.
Yeah. Maybe this is the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Quick.
Yeah. But it
Very
don't go, it don't work alone. This is
No.
really amazing.
The power of us. Power of all of us.
Yes.
Mhm.
Luciano starting. Oh no. Yes, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Esther.
Hi, Meike.
Hi. Arthur.
Hello, Meike.
Hi. Hi.
Just like to connect,
Mhm.
and it's a bit of a don't dare to connect.
Good that that doesn't disturb our connecting, huh?
Yeah,
Can be here too.
nice.
Yeah. And it's so nice that you acknowledge it, because then you know, you can let it play. It might need to move away, or, you know, just needs little disconnect, little break to itself, and then it can come out again. So it's very good for me to know that, and I know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, just to say it, what is going on,
Yeah.
without judgment, or
Yeah.
it's not a problem.
No, exactly.
Yeah, I have to something on my class.
Yeah.
Those little things, those little steps, I mean, they are amazing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I was just, while you were cleaning your glasses, I have to put mine on because. Ah, bye, Steffi. She had to go. Thank you all for this touching. Beautiful. Somebody wrote something, so Steffi was saying goodbye.
Yeah.
While you were cleaning your glasses, I was reading it.
I noticed. I can see also without my glasses, but not so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah. Well, it's a miracle, this meeting. I don't know what happened all, but
Yeah.
something is yeah, using it or taking it in or feeling it.
Yeah.
Touch.
Sweetest touch. We are so fine, aren't we?
So fine, so
Yeah, deliciously fine.
deliciously fine. Like a blueberry.
Yeah, like a blueberry. Yes.
Yeah, I love it that you say that, because those small things during the day, people step over it. They don't even, in the street, looking at a flower, listening to a bird, those looking at a child that's playing or walking, or there's so much.
Oh,
I had a big, how do you say that? Well, there was something going on, and I had to turn away, walk away, but there was, well, such a little flower that my eye noticed a kind of pink flower on the ground, and it changes everything. And then you get pulled in again in the distraction and the frustration, irritation, and But going back to that little flower in that garden, it was so strange, yeah.
Oh,
The stillness in that flower, yeah.
yeah, that's the secret. You just told us the secret.
That's not a secret anymore.
We forget, don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Then you tell us again.
Yeah, well, I forget it too, so
Then we will tell you.
tell me, yeah, tell me.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Those small things, yeah. It's the tension is with the body, with you, with the room, a little bit outside. Touch.
Yeah. Home.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Oh.
Just to feel this again.
Mm.
And there's always, even when I'm looking for it, it's not there, of course, but that's why I'm looking for it. But I know there is that possibility, and somehow it's found after in a short time or so, somehow. that it does this again, and that's progress, I would say. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, it opens up when there's no looking for it, huh? There's no looking for anything. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, and even the looking for something doesn't actually disturb the peace. Yeah.
Yeah. And even in the frustration or in the anger or in the, yeah, there's something where that will come, and that there's a different interest. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that idea that it could be different is, wow, it's such a big trap, isn't it?
Yeah. It would be different than how it is in this moment. Yeah. Yeah.
And this moment is constantly changing. It's just so full of everything. It's just so full. And when you think that you have any say in it, how it could be or should be, oh, that's hell. That's hell. When you're just busy with fixing and changing and
Yeah.
getting rid of just the
Or
usual.
or holding it, or
Oh,
what
yeah.
hold that moment, that last that experience
Yeah. Yes.
1 minute ago. Yeah, trying to
Yeah.
repeat it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah. That's another one. Mm.
Mm.
And then, I mean, also by grace in a way, huh? All of a sudden we're just here. Yeah.
I like to say something, but it's well. Thank you, Michael,
Uh, thank you, Arthur.
and everybody. I'll unmute myself.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. Love, love. Until we meet again.